जय श्री माता जी। गुड्डी पड़वा की सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। हैप्पी गुड्डी पड़वा टू ऑल ऑफ यू। हम सभी श्री माता जी के चरणों में नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे, फिर बंधन लेंगे। वी ऑल विल bow down at Shri Mataji's lotus feet, offer our pranams and then take bandhan. महामंत्र श्री गणेश मंत्र। अपने संतुलन के लिए हम अपना दायां हाथ पृथ्वी पर रखेंगे और बायां हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। For our balance, we will put our left hand towards Shri Mataji and right hand on Mother Earth. श्री माता जी, हमारी ईड़ा नाड़ी को पूर्णतया शुद्ध कर दीजिए। श्री माता जी, प्लीज क्लेंस आवर ईड़ा नाड़ी। अब अपना दायां हाथ हम श्री माता जी की ओर रखेंगे और बायां हाथ आकाश की ओर। We'll put our right hand towards Shri Mataji and left hand towards the sky. श्री माता जी, कृपया हमारी पिंगला नाड़ी के समस्त दोष आकाश में विलीन कर दीजिए। श्री माता जी, let our पिंगला नाड़ी be cleansed by your grace. कृपया हमें शुद्ध चित्त दीजिए। Please bless us with pure attention. दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की तरफ रखेंगे। We'll put both hands towards Shri Mata Ji. Shri Mata Ji, please come in our heart. श्री माता जी, कृपया हमारे हृदय में आइए और हमारे हृदय को प्रकाशित कर दीजिए। Please enlighten our heart. श्री माता जी, कृपया हमें निर्विचार स्थिति दीजिए. Please give us thoughtless awareness. अब हम श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी को ग्रहण करेंगे. We'll listen to Shri Mataji's Amritwani now.
So, one has to understand that peace is the criteria to know that you are absolutely at that point where you have to be. But peace by no chance means cowardliness. Because you see, I know what indiscretion is, human indiscretion. They think then cowardliness. No. You stand like this, not like this. The difference between a peaceful person and a cowardly person is that a cowardly person acts to the negative forces, and a peaceful person creates positive forces, constructive forces, generates it. So you are not to be cowardly, but you have to be peaceful. And a peaceful person is like a magnet, you see. So soothing it is. So you can see now we are moving towards the soothing qualities of the spirit. You have to soothe others, and not to excite but to soothe. And that soothing quality, what you call is, we call it like the ghee. When the body is charred and is absolutely burning, then you put some sort of a ghee on it. So it becomes smooth. Like lubrication, lubricant. Such a personality is a lubricant. It doesn't go into friction but reduces frictions. It's a lubricant temperament. So you should judge yourself, am I a lubricant personality? For example, you see two persons are fighting. Alright? And one goes as a peacemaker. And one goes to excite it more. You see, he joins them. Now the one who is the peacemaker is the Blessed One. Is the one who is the one moving towards God. Because he is the peacemaker. Blessed are those who are the peacemaker. All these things, if you see, are what I am telling today is the same but in a different language. That's all. What Christ said is, to understand Christ you have to open him out more, because he said it in a very simple words which has very deep meanings, and only a Sahaja can understand him. So you have to make peace. But I have seen people being given Nobel Prizes of peace who have no peace within at all. They are hot-tempered, horrible people and given Nobel Prize for peace. All right. And personified temper, absolutely hot-tempered. And you call it peace. How can you have peace with a person who is so hot-tempered? So this is possible. In this human endeavor, anything is possible, you see. It's sometimes so absurd, you see. Like I have seen people getting a degree doctorate of learning, who has not even been to a school, who doesn't know how to read the book. Anything is possible, because it is just a maneuvering of everything is so artificial. So the lubrication of your love, the love. So the love that you enjoy is not what is bestowed upon you, but what you bestow upon others. The idea of love is also funny. It's just the opposite of what you have seen so far. They'll write, I love you, all right? And the second sentence will be, I want to divorce you. And the modern fashion is like that. I love you, I want to divorce you because I love you too much. Because I want to spare you. It's very modern, very sophisticated. So the love that hurts others, love that tortures others, the love that expects is not love. Love that just flows, just forgives, it's just compassion. It's the most enjoyable thing. Radiant, just like the sunshine, like Christ, who even forgave those who crucified him. Imagine. Imagine. Because he knew that God will not forgive. Even God will not forgive those he tried to forgive them. But we, those who call themselves Christians, those who are supposed to be Christians, are just the opposite of Christ. Just the opposite in every way, if you see. Just the opposite. So, you come to a point where you understand that you become the love. And when it is pure love relationships, then there is no lust and greed or anything but just love and purity of love. You don't want to do it because you want to have any lust out of that person. Just see the opposite. Here, the girl is very attractive. What is so attractive? To my eyes, they look like mosquitoes. Horrible, sometimes like witches, you know. Their nails and all that look like to me like witches, so artificial. Just like machines sometimes. What is so attractive in these women? Or in these men, you see? They look like skulls to me sometimes, and sometimes like Frankenstein. I don't know what they look like. Horrible. The way they walk, the way they try to impress. I mean, nothing but fear comes out of them. So, what you emit out of your love to others, a sense of security, an ocean of security, you can call it. Everyone feels secured with you. And that security will be felt by trust. Trust others. Must trust. That is very important. Trust for everything. I have seen some people are very serious on money. Some are very serious about possessions. Some are this. I know they are sometimes weak people. Could be weak about money, weak about possessions. Could be even insulting to things that should not be so. But don't lose your temper. Just have forgiveness for them. And let them feel secured. Absolutely secure. Trust. You see, as you know that I never ask the trustees to give me any reports. I do not want them to give me any, the accounts or anything. I don't understand accounts at all myself, you see. So I never see how many accounts you have got, what money you have got, or say, supposing Gavin is saying that I'm sending money now, mother, to you, whatever I receive. It's all right, finished. I don't know whether he give you receipts or not, nothing. If he says so, all right, I leave it to him. He has to grow, whatever it is. It is his responsibility. If he is not grown up enough, he'll grow. So trust others, because in Sahaja Yoga you must know we are all growing, we are all transforming. So we must grow, and for growth, security is the most important thing. If there is no security for a tree, it will never grow. So everybody should feel secured in the company of Sahaja Yogis. If there is any insecurity from someone, then it should be reported to the collective and should see that all such cases of insecurity creating trouble creators should be little bit taken out for a time being, because there should be a healthy growth. But growth must take place, and for that you must trust. Somebody might make mistakes, all right, doesn't matter. Somebody may be dishonest, doesn't matter. But give them security. But what we do is to give security to bhoots. I have seen very common. People will have only interest in the bhutish people. They will trust a bhutish people than to trust a person who is little dishonest. Doesn't matter. You see, what is dishonesty? Supposing somebody doesn't give income tax, doesn't matter. It is this government or in that government. What does it matter to us? As long as that person is honest to God is sufficient. Our honesty is of a different level. So we become angry with that person. We get upset with that person. There's nothing to get angry. Actually, my system, as you know, is that I know also that people who have mismanaged money, who have not been all right, I know it somehow without knowing accounts. But I said, just forgive, forgive, forgive. I know everything. But I just say forgive. Doesn't matter. Then you might say with rationality that, mother, such a person will go ahead with it. No, he won't. You try and trust. Why? Because they are growing. They are coming to light. And the more light they see, the better they become. This trust has to be there. Trusting in God that He will give him the right path. So this understanding about your growth is within yourself, which you can see, and the highest of all is the collectivity. Not the fraternity of booths, but collectivity. Again, discretion has to be used. How far you are collective. If a person thinks he is a very great person and he can correct everyone and he can punish everyone and do as he likes, then he is not collective. But sometimes you have to also understand that even with Bhutish people, I have to stoop down to conquer them, to bring them up. Don't become like them. Try to elevate them than to go down to their level. And if you can manage that, then you have achieved what you wanted to do through your collectivity. And a person has to be collective. If he is not collective, then one must know that there's something definitely wrong with that person. Then what you have to do after detachment from things, the penance part of it. For this we have to be doing some penance. For example, if you are too much attached to anything, say you are fond of food. Many people are, I know that. The tongue is the worst of all. If you can control tongue, you have controlled at least 50% of your sense organs. If you are attached to the tongue, these days I am going into a big penance. I am eating just boiled food without salt, without anything in it. Just boiled food. Going into penance. I have to. For 9 months. For me, it doesn't matter. It's no penance for me because I have no tongue at all. No taste buds. I can manage. So, whatever you like too much, I love to have something. You see, especially here I've seen if you see good food or anything, Now, it's as cold as ice. Should I have it? I can, if you want. But it's rather cold. I think you would like to give me hot, all right. I don't mind having it. All right. So now, what you have to do is to have a kind of self-directed discipline. Self-directed. Not on others. Self-directed. Do I meditate in the morning? I don't. So what's wrong with me? I'm supposed to be a Sahaja. Nobody has to tell you. You yourself should do this to yourself. You're fond of food? All right, doesn't matter. I'll fast for 2 days. No fasting is allowed in Sahaja, all right. But fasting for detachment is all right. Not for God's sake, for your sake. You do it. I like a particular type of cake, all right, I'll not have it. I'll not have it for 1 year. But no, people have to give up, then they'll give up something like rhubarb. So one should not be cunning about it. You see, you should not be cunning with yourself. So what you have to do is to see that where does this mind go? What is the attraction? I mean, even now I find some people are like Romeo Juliets, you see, still living in that area of Romeo Julietness. Get out of it. Nonsense. Get out of that kind of a thing. That doesn't mean you become dry personality. Another extreme can be that you just be like sticks. That's not the point. But you should not indulge into these things. These are all artificial things. So a tapa is to be established within yourself. Self-discipline. Now those who talk too much should stop talking. Absolutely mauna is the ilaj. Mauna is the treatment for such people. Just don't talk. Those who do not talk, most of the English men don't talk, women talk too much. This is a fact. I've seen on any interview, you see the woman will talk first. This constable lady died, her mother was talking in India, a mother would not be in a position to talk, the father was sitting quiet. So you just can't imagine. In India, supposing a child dies like that, you see, the mother would be absolutely sobbing in a mess. She won't be talking. Here the woman was talking. We were so surprised. You see, the women talk too much. Men just don't talk. They are not supposed to talk, I think. They just keep quiet. At the most, they might be slapping. I don't know what they do. So what we have to do is to teach ourselves that if our tongue talks too much, then we better keep quiet. If we do not talk, we better talk. We should teach ourselves how to talk. Now go and talk to the sea, go and talk to some tree, go and talk to someone like that. Or best is to talk to me, to my photograph. So that's how you achieve a kind of a control over your tongue. To talk sweetly. Some people have to go through penance for that. For them to talk sweetly is like taking rhubarb again. They just can't talk sweetly. Just can't. Sarcasm. You see, that in that sarcasm they have a special pleasure. Try to say something sweet. You can be humorous without being sarcastic. Humor is the best way. What is the need to be sarcastic? There's no need at all. It's a sign of cowardliness, I think, sarcasm. It's a sign that you want to hurt others, but you are not straightforward. So try to avoid sarcastic talking. If you are sarcastic, better tell your tongue to behave itself. So little disciplining towards yourself, punishment, what you call, or the tapa, the penance has to work out. Now people have so many ways of seeing things. Some men want to see women all the time. Some women want to see men all the time, or clothes, or anything. Now the difference is that when you see something, it reacts. The difference between my looking at anything is that that reacts. When I look at you, your kundalini reacts. When I look at this, it gets vibrated. Kataksha, kataksha. Every eye, kataksha, every glance makes the thing react, and nirikshana means I know what it is. I know what. Just looking at a person, I know what it is. Looking at a thing, I know what it is. Nirikshana. But the whole thing is in the memory there, you see. Like we were going and they said, we have only black stones. I said, no, you have red also. He said, where do you know? So I told them exact spot where to get the red stones. He said, how do you know that? I said, we passed that way about 8 days back and I know there are red stones. So everything I see gets vibrated, and also I note what is there and is already there to be used at a proper time. But what do I do? What do I do? I do nothing. I do nothing. I don't think, I don't plan. Everything that you do, I don't do. So when you have that kind of a temperament, you'll be amazed. The amount of dynamism that will work it out. You don't have to create a dynamo, it's inside you. Let it work it out. Today I told Gavin that I won't have so much of a puja, but I'll talk. Because puja is all right, it talks for itself and this thing. But I wanted to talk to you because now the time has come for us to go further. As a result of all this that when you do, you become the truth. You become the truth. So in every chakra, if you concentrate and use the chakra to detach yourself from the particular quality of that chakra, like now for example the Nabi chakra does the digestion. Now you don't worry what you should eat to digest. Just detach yourself from there with vibrations. If you just see and eat whatever is there, you will digest. And then you become the truth. Truth, that is love, that is God. May God bless you all.
श्री माता जी, कृपया हमें निर्विकल्प स्थिति में स्थापित कीजिए। श्री माता जी, प्लीज एस्टैब्लिश अस इन डाउटलेस अवेयरनेस। श्री माता जी के चरणों में नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे। आज के ध्यान के लिए और समस्त आशीर्वाद के लिए श्री माता जी के चरणों में धन्यवाद अदा करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। We'll bow down at Shri Mataji's lotus feet, express our thanks for today's meditation and for all her blessings, and then take Bandhan. जय श्री माता जी।